Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are back checking out the latest update for the Camair 480. The developer is very steadily working on this aircraft and there have been many improvements to it, and today we're going to take it back up, fly it down to southern Arizona and see how it goes. Make sure if you guys can that you join us at Flight Sim Expo 2023. That's right, Overkill Simulations is going to be present this year, guys, at the Lone Star Museum in Houston, Texas. If you guys are interested in joining us there, be sure to check down the description below. There is a coupon code that can save you guys a bit of money using my personal reference to get you there. Again, that'll save you a bit of cash in your Flight Sim Expo 2023 experience. This is going to be June 23rd through the 25th of 2023. Again, in Houston, Texas, at the Lone Star Flight Museum. I went a few years ago in Las Vegas, and they are an absolute great time. There's some very, very informative and educational seminars to help better your flight simming experience, as well as a ton of developers of both hardware and software that you guys actually get to try out, essentially a try before you buy experience, as well as talking with the developers themselves and finding out what the products are all about. So again, guys, it's going to be Flight Sim Expo 2023 in Houston, Texas. I hope to see you guys all there. Don't forget to use my coupon code that you can find down in the description below. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come along down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below, and thank you to all of my current subscribers. All right, guys, so we are back, as I said, in the Camair 480. Some of you guys gave this some pretty not so happy comments about this aircraft, and I kind of disagree. I gotta be honest. I actually a lot of disagree. I think it's a fantastic little plane, but the developer is steadily working on it, and he's made some pretty significant adjustments to it. You can see there's new glass cockpit textures here, or not glass cockpit, steam gauge textures here. Now some of it is a little glary depending on how you look at it. Keep in mind this is also in virtual reality, guys, so some of that's going to take into needs to be taken into consideration too. Some of that's going to portray a little differently on the screen here, but I really enjoy this aircraft. So let's see here. Let's start getting things rolling here. Let's see here. There's our beacon light. There's our navigation light. Let's verify we got everything where they're supposed to be. There's the throttle. Mixture set. Landing gear down. Okay. Alrighty then. You know what? There was one thing I did want to check on this though this time. I've noticed that the takeoff is still pretty powerful for me. So what we're going to try to do is I'm going to try to look at center of gravity. I feel like the center of gravity is a little far forward in this one, or a little far aft. Now it says it's not, but I just wanted to do this as a test because the takeoff last time was still very, very powerful for me. That's moving it aft. I actually want to move it forward a bit, right to the threshold. Okay, so there's out of CG. Let's put it right about there and see if we get some better performance on the takeoff, because the aft came up really fast last time I flew it still. Let's see here. And since we're in VR, I'm going to go ahead and cheat today. And we're just going to do, the last couple videos I've done a normal start, guys, so you can't yell at me. But today, I'm just going to get her started. Oh, assuming that I hit the right button.
Using iCalculation.
Alright, readjust that headset here. Alright, let's check a few more things here. I'm still trying to figure out how to best set my sim up for, let's see, there's our barometric pressure. Let's turn the transponder on. I'm trying to figure out how to set my sim up still the best for virtual reality, my actual pit, as far as what I need for recording. I'm trying to find a good microphone stand that's actually going to be effective for what I do. That's kind of challenging. That's why we're using the VR microphone so often. Hopefully that will change in time. I'm trying to figure out what the best route is. If you guys have any good suggestions, by all means. Also, don't forget we're using the DOF Reality H3 Motion Pit. That definitely makes this a ton of fun. Let's check our MEDAR information here while I'm thinking about it. I have no idea what runway is active here today. 0 knot winds, huh? Alright, that means we get 1-1 left today. How about that? I think we'll try to tuck in behind Southwest up here if we can get going fast enough. Looks like I got everything I need ready to roll. So let's see what happens here. Canopy secure. Alright. Let's kill that speed brake, or speed brake, parking brake. There's the parking brake released. Jimmy, watch your head. Nope, got him. Oh, maybe I might have missed him. We're now using motion compensation as well, so that should help keep the camera, for the most part, in line. We're going to give Southwest a little bit of room here. I don't feel like eating his engine exhaust as he blows us across the tarmac. Where are you going, bud? That's Alpha right there. Where you headed? Oh, he's going to the end. I know where he's going. Alright, let's tuck in behind him. If you guys catch a little bit of stuttering today, I do apologize. Again, still dialing things in for VR. The VR is definitely a much more pleasant experience. Now just learning how to get it all where I need to be in order to take full advantage of what it offers, really, is where we're at. He's just heading right out there, huh? Alright. Where are you going, bud? He's gonna go to 1-1 right. No. 737 would never take off from 1-1 right. 1-1 right used to be a taxiway. Back when the National Guard here was a Strategic Air Command, we used to have all kinds of large aircraft come out of here, and it used to be a taxiway, and they turned it into a smaller runway. He would never use 1-1 right. There would be no reason for that. But can't win them all. So let's see where we're at here. Nope, we want that on. There we go. There's that. There's the strobe light. Alright, I think we're good. We're going to let Southwest do his thing first. I love the missing nose wheel. Oh, went too far.
Using cache tie positions.
I don't know why so many of these aircraft, when you pull the throttle too far back, it terminates the engine. Doesn't make sense. Alright, there he goes. I'll be flying on Southwest next month to head out to Texas. Two more Southwest taking off over there. Alrighty then. Airspeed alive. Alright, that was a bit better. It still takes off really fast. I still feel like that's too much. You get nothing, all of a sudden lift. So I would still adjust that takeoff, but that's just me. Did gear come up? Let's recenter that view here. Motion compensation's really working well now. Still got a few tweaks I need to make with it. I've been talking with the developer of it for what we're doing here. And once I get a few more things ironed out and I'm confident with what I'm doing, then I'll be doing a video on it in case you guys are interested in how to set it up. And we're just going to follow the freeway south for the most part. Yeah, I think I want to adjust the sensitivity on the controls here. I think that would be my biggest thing, is maybe they're just receiving more input than what we're really trying to give it. So I could just, if you compare the movements here to, for example, the changes in our vertical velocity indicator. So there she is, more or less level. If I just come, I mean, that takes it way up. So I would recommend some further adjustments to the control surfaces. Maybe that's all that's happening, is the control surface input is a little powerful in relationship to what I'm actually doing on my physical controls. But that's something that could be adjusted too with inside the sim. So I use SPAD next, so I haven't created an independent profile for this particular aircraft yet. So that might be something that I work on here in the near future, which would certainly help with a lot of that. So I will say maintaining altitude for me at the moment is a little struggling, a little challenging, kind of all over the place. It's either climbing or descending. Just realized our flaps were down. Oops. That probably isn't helping. It's weird because I didn't put them down. Yeah, getting this thing just to hold an altitude is quite challenging. I'm finding myself constantly trying to trim it. Ooh, got a little turbulence there. So, we'll just enjoy the flight. Yeah, see, that's crazy. We went up to 2,000 feet per minute there. And if I let go of the stick, she just goes into nosedive crazy. Yeah, it's the sensitivity. It's absolutely what it is. It's sensitivity. Let me check one more thing while we're on this conversation. I'm kind of wondering if I have a profile active that I'm unaware of. The throttle does, and the stick does. Let's move this to a disabled. Let's do that. And let's do the same thing over here. There. Let's use a couple of empty profiles here. That is a bit easier. Hey, look at that. So I'm wondering if this whole time I think I've just been fighting two different profiles. Because now I've got it locked in nicely. More or less. Some tweaking to do. So I think when we get to Nogales here, our next runway, I think what we're going to do is do a touch and go and see if that doesn't solve the takeoff issue. That could have been my problem the whole time. But notice it's not. So now when I pull back, it's not going near as ridiculous as it was. And it's certainly not near as sensitive. I'm actually able to more or less control it. So maybe that was it. Here we are over Green Valley. There's the mines. I don't know if that mine is still active anymore or not. Whoa. This time we're climbing a little bit on purpose. A little low. That is the nice thing about VR, is just being able to pick your head up and go look at something if you want. The motion pit makes this just too much fun. Really changes everything. And guys, I highly recommend you guys take a look at DOF Reality's website. So the only difference between the H2 and the H3 is the H3 has yaw, okay, as far as a point of motion. And I would not say that yaw is a requirement for us. It certainly obviously adds to the immersive experience, but you'll find that the H2 is within the same price point as many VR headsets. It's in the same price point as many of the graphics cards that we're purchasing for our machines. So I mean, if you're someone who's buying graphics cards and new VR headsets, say the Pimax 8KX or the Crystal, or the, what is it, the Vero, or you're buying 4080s and 4090s, take a look at motion simulation, guys. It's in the same price point, it really is. If you go with DOF Reality, some of the competition is significantly more expensive, but these guys are definitely trying to offer the motion experience at a much more budget-friendly price. So I definitely recommend it. It adds an immersive experience that you're just not ready for, I promise. So I'm in this bank, I'm literally leaning as you really would in order to not feel like I'm falling out of the thing. We're cruising at 150 knots, 145 knots. It's not bad. That really bums me out about that. I'm sitting here pointing at the vertical speed gauge like you guys can see it. But that really bums me out about how long I've been fighting that, because now the aircraft's completely different for me. So I definitely want to do another takeoff with it. That definitely seemed to be an issue that needed to be addressed, apparently. I didn't even realize I had that other profile on. I think I created that other profile, the Hilo profile, when the Hilos first became native to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I didn't think I'd touched it since. It kind of makes me wonder how many aircraft I've been fighting with. Gets rather boring out here in the desert. Start running out of things to look at pretty quick over here. Getting a little bumpy out here though. What's cool is I'm feeling all these little bumps right in the seat too. Alright, it's monster time. Let me see if I can find it without spilling it in VR. Okay, there's the monster. I'm sure you guys heard me hit the VR headset. Oh, there's the can crushing. On the shelf. Okay. I had to wet the whistle. That's the other cool part, just being able to look around as you really would. VR has really come a long way from Microsoft Flight Simulator. In VR recording, there have been some awesome developers. The OpenXR and OBS mirror layers that have been created have really given VR content creators a new window, a new avenue to use. I think our runway's right out there. Whoa, oops. That's the other thing that's nice about the motion pit, is that when you start deviating, especially dramatically, you can feel it now. So it caught my attention there that we were going nose down. Skies are sure busy today. I'm seeing a lot of AI traffic today. I think that's our runway right out there. Maybe not. Don't quote me. Definitely be getting close. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm looking for the range knob. I actually don't know how to use these. I almost never do. And I'm trying to get used to a trackball mouse at the same damn time. Oh, range, right there. There we go. Yeah, it's right out in front of us. Okay. go ahead and bring this back too. Ah, we're turning. I wouldn't mind the pilot views if your hands moved with the controls. You know, that would be kind of cool. And my hands are not that pretty. It would add something more, like in DCS it's pretty dope. Because the pilot animations will actually do whatever you're doing, you know, with the stick be moving left, right, rudder pedals gotta. So it really adds that further sense of immersion. Where are we at? Oh, I just flew over it. Damn it. Woo. Where is it? Yeah, I recognize the solar field there. So my runway, yeah, we're orbiting it. Should be right off the left wing here. Should be on the west side of the freeway, which is right there. But I don't see anything that even looks remotely like a runway here. Everything that we're looking at says it's right off that left wing, man. But there is nothing there that looks like a runway to me. Alright, well there's another one out here, so we're going to keep on pushing. Because I can't see it. I see nothing that resembles a runway. So we'll keep on pushing forward. There's another one right up our 12 o'clock here. Let's gain some altitude back. And this one I think I've actually landed before in real life. Yep, I see it right there. Alright, start setting up. My dad and I flew out there years and years ago when he had his pilot's license. And we used to fly out here on an early, like Saturday or Sunday morning, and they have this tiny little restaurant, it's a Unicom ATC if I remember correctly. But they have this little restaurant that's like, you know, Joe's Hair Care Tire Center, Breakfast, and Air Traffic Control Center, that had the best breakfast burritos you've ever had in your life. Things were delicious. Wish I had the time to learn how to make scenery. I'd make a Nogales Airport. That'd be kind of cool. We're going to come in hot and short here. Start rolling the flaps in here. Gear coming down. I'm going to kick it real tight. We're going to land this thing like we stole it. Barometric pressure verified. Dual flaps. Telling you, landing it like we stole it. Mixture to full rich. Alright, we are here, but I want to do a touch and go. I want to see if that was the whole reason why she was taking off silly for me. Not near as bad as what it was before, so yeah, that was definitely part of it. Turns and burns, man. Fast little plane. Well, my friends, that was the Camair 480 with the latest update. Fantastic aircraft, flying it like a fighter here. Thanks for traveling along with me from Tucson down to Nogales, Arizona. Absolutely beautiful flight today. Between the VR, the aircraft, the motion simulation, this is just an absolutely amazing experience that I highly recommend everyone start digging into, because trust me, they are just not that far out of reach. Get those flaps back in. We're going to try to land it like we stole it one more time. But I definitely recommend these guys. Alright, let's kick that gear down again. This is not by any means proper procedures for this aircraft, but the beauty of simulation is we get to do things outside the boundaries of normal rule. Watch that airspeed, look at that. Oh. Roll it back out. Yeah, let's stall her out. Not bad. Alright guys, well, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys did in fact enjoy it. As always, stay safe and healthy. I'll see you in the next one.